Absolutely, Ajay. Of course, Pakistan clearly violating ceasefire there. Continuous shelling, of course, being reported from those particular spots along the LOC. India, though, retaliating effectively to, of course, Pakistan's firing and Pakistan's attempts to escalate the situation. Now, if you talk about Jammu, of course, the threat has of course, passed for now. Has that blackout ended, or is it in place just for caution? What is the latest situation in Jammu that you can share with us, Ajay?
Rishabh, see this, the area where,
Of course, if we talk about the LOC, Pakistan not letting up there too. They are, of course, they were resorting to firing missiles and drones, all unsuccessfully, of course, across the border, as we saw earlier. Now this heavy shelling, though, continuing. That's something that they are not letting up on. What are they attempting through that, Major General Bansal, even as now India continues to evacuate those villages which are very close to the border?
I think, I feel that what they are feeling now, thinking that their capability to strike by missiles and drone in the remote area is not successful. Now, maybe, as you know, they have prepared for this intense war, what they call, because when the intense war is a kind of thing when they are having the number of the capability is less, then they try to force immediately, and that's what they were saying, that for the intense war they have the only ammunition for about 96 hours. So that they must be now focusing and concentrating on that area, just because all tactics, and then they find what is the vulnerable area, and most vulnerable area is being hit. So maybe they are having strength on that side, and they are trying to advance because they could not succeed by the drones or the missiles which had been neutralized by our air defense system. So that may be the reason. Back to you, sir.
All right. So these, of course, are the big updates coming in, even as, of course, we do know that the NOTAM also now being issued to 24 airports across India. Various airports, of course, being issued this NOTAM. Meanwhile, security has also been beefed up across the country. That is why various airlines now are sending messages to their passengers to reach earlier because of heightened security protocol. We as a nation, Sumit Peer, are not, complacent at all. This is a time, of course, to preempt Pakistan. We are, of course, foiling every attempt by them to attack India, to target us. However, we cannot be complacent. That is something that cannot set in, which is why these heightened security protocol, which is why, measures like evacuating those villages close to the border, measures like shutting schools which are close to the border, measures like these blackouts which are in place as abundant caution in particularly those districts which are sensitive, are all needed currently, isn't it, Sumit?
Today we are doing a fantastic job as a country. If I'm looking at the various footages which are coming in social media through friends and contacts and sources, I mean, I don't know how much can we show on the TV or not, but the kind of images I'm seeing, my hats off. I salute the armed forces of India. I'm seeing them coming like those pests and flies, and we are dismantling each and everybody of them. So far, we've done a fantastic job. Our preparation has been very apt. I mean, whenever we see a threat, we are imposing grid level blackouts. But, Pakistanis cannot attack every nook and corner of India because India is a very big country. Wherever they can attack, we are taking all due precautions and care. But it is the onus of the other parts of the country and our all nationals or all citizens to make sure their engineered designs of Pakistan through some nefarious elements, antisocial elements, and something like are not met. So that's why there's a heightened, protocol. You have to reach 3 hours early in the airport. You have to do certain amount of precautions, what we are doing, while you are doing that. It is very, very important that we are not complacent, because enemy may not only attack from, across the border. There might be something which can be fomented within the India, which can be started within the India. And at times you have seen, it is much easier to start the trouble within. एक हिंदी में कहावत है ना उदय जी, किले का दरवाजा अंदर से खुलता है, बाहर से कभी नहीं खुलता. So we have to be careful of that aspect of it so that it doesn't become that thing. So being very alert is the thing. I might not think that I'm in Chennai to bahut dur hai, or I'm in Kozhikode is too far away. No, you don't know what is in the mind of ISI. You don't know what is in the mind of Pakistani army. When it comes to borders, Indian army and Indian forces are good enough to handle them, and they're doing a fantastic job. I think much better than anywhere we have seen in the world. But what about other elements or other possibilities which are there? So complacence is like opening a window for them to act. If we are not complacent, if we are on the guard, it doesn't matter how far you live from the border. We have to be on the vigil, we have to be on the guard, and time has come when we have to really, because what we are hearing from right and left today, the time has come, we have to be very, we have to start getting into these blood donation campaigns, and we have to see what all and how all can we help our nation, can I help our civil services, civil forces, civil defenses, and help the Indian army. So it is not only their war, it is also my war, it is also your war, and I cannot get a gun and go to the border, but whatever I can do at my level and whatever millions of people watching this broadcast.
All right, we're getting some more developments now coming in this hour. Routine security check is underway at India Gate. These are inputs coming in from the national capital. Routine security check is underway at India Gate. Remember, of course, obviously security at prominent locations, prominent tourist spots will be stepped up, and that is what is being done currently at India Gate in the national capital as well. Obviously, this is something that will be done at various other, tourist hotspots across the country. Presumably, Ambassador Pradeep Kapoor, as India, of course, sheds all complacency, India on a state of heightened alert, India, not letting our guard down at all, even though we are combating Pakistan's devious designs robustly. We're combating every move by the Pakistan army to escalate, with amazing alacrity. However, we are not letting our guard down, and that is important at this juncture.
Well, absolutely, Uday, and I absolutely agree with whatever the other panelists have said, including Sumit, that this is not just a war for the army and the armed forces to fight at the border. This is a war for every Bharatiya all over India and all over the world to realize it is their war. So if all the citizens, if 1.5 billion people in India and the other Indians all over the world start doing whatever they can do in their own way, wherever they are, to make a noise, to write pieces, to write on the social media, to come out on the streets in India in support of the government, to come out on the streets of India in support of the army and the armed forces and say that we are with you. We are absolutely solidly behind you. We will do whatever